Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Single Parents Podcast, the show that is far from traditional. If you end up enjoying what you see and liking what you hear, consider subscribing to the podcast, sharing the podcast with a friend, and rating the podcast 5 stars on your favorite podcast hosting platforms. That way, we can tell those algorithms out there that the show is legit, and it will pass it along to more people. All right, well, here's a little taste as to what you can expect on today's show.
He said, "You got any kids?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, I'm really trying to have a child of every race. So, do you want kids?" Hey, single parents. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you joined us today. Anthony, what is up?
What is up? I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm feeling very positive. I'm feeling very optimistic. I don't know why. Some might say because this is the week where my daughters are with their moms. So I've had,
Oh,
we're recording this on a Thursday. So far I've had like 4 days just to kind of
chill.
focus on myself and chill
Yeah.
and watch Netflix and clean my house. And I got some Amazon packages I've been waiting for. And now the weekend, it's one of those weekends where I don't really have anything planned per se.
Oh,
So I can kind of just go with the flow and do whatever. I already got the girls' Halloween costumes.
good.
I already, we have a trip coming up next week, but I've already prepared for that. So everything's just kind of chill. And what's interesting about that for me is that usually being in the state of like chill, everything's good. Honestly sometimes produces like anxiety within me
Yeah.
because I'm just waiting for like, okay, well, what's the next big thing? What's gonna happen? Like, let me check my bank account. Like $2,000 probably got withdrawn for something I forgot was on auto pay. Like just crazy stuff like that. Like something's gonna happen with my car while I'm driving. The check engine light's gonna come on. Like I'm just like that. So usually I'm just like not the best at enjoying the chill times. But this week I've been pretty good. Like I'm just like, you know what? Everything's gravy. Everything's pretty legit. So I'm just gonna ride the wave, baby.
Wow. I'm actually kind of jealous because I am on the opposite end of the spectrum. And even when we hopped on the podcast and
Yeah.
before we started filming, I was just kind of a mess. I feel like I'm
Aw.
always trying to do 1,000 things. Anthony just watched me run around my room trying to find something, and
Yeah.
of course I could not find it. So that's chill, that's cool, but I also just very much do not feel chill. You've had a lot of time to, do things to yourself and, you know, watch Netflix and whatever. And I'm like jealous, but I'm also
Oh.
not because
Okay.
I have been so extremely booked up this whole month. And this month, well, I guess during the week I'm doing, working things anyway, and then I'm either going to the gym or, spending time with Grace and whatever it may be, sometimes doing things with my family. But on the weekends, I usually Saturday mornings will take a couple hours to clean, vacuum, mop the floors, wipe the counters, do the dishes, do some laundry, clean the toilets, whatever it may be for that
Mm-hmm.
weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And because I've been so booked every single weekend, I have not had a chance to clean. So
Oh.
when I tell you that my laundry has been piling up and my dishes have been piling up, it makes me so crazy because I like things clean and organized, but I've just been falling behind this
Yeah.
month, but for good reasons.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm somewhat okay with it. Um, every weekend I've been going to, a haunted house and doing some sort of spooky festivity. So, gosh, what did I do last weekend? I did a haunted house, and then what did I do Saturday? I don't even remember. That's
Did you?
like
Yeah, didn't you
how
go to like Six Flags or something?
Oh, yeah, I went to Six Flags. That's, like, how crazy my brain is right now. I'm so out of it. I Yes, I went to a haunted house, and then I went to Six Flags and did the whole Fright Fest haunted house thing, so I've been booked with those things, pumpkin patches, and now this weekend I'll be booked up tomorrow, another haunted house, and then it'll be my birthday celebration festivities. And Sunday, thankfully, I don't have anything planned, so I really, really need it to be a chill day. I need to clean and do all of that stuff, but I honestly just feel so all over the place and my brain is just jumbled, but like I always say, chill vibes.
Chill
So
vibes. That's
I'm
right.
really gonna try and just be a chill girl. Um, yeah, that's just like how it's going for me. I like wish I had the opportunity to get more stuff done, but it's like I'm never home. And when I am home, I don't want to clean. I want to spend it with Grayson, playing games, art activities, whatever it may be, going on walks, going to the park. And so when the nanny showed up, I had to finish Grayson's dinner and then I was like, "Oh, you know what? Let me just unload the dishwasher really, really fast. It's going to take me a couple minutes. The laundry machine just went off. Let me switch loads really fast." So I try and fit 10 things in 3 minutes. Um my cousin does the same thing. This is also something that we bond on. I feel like I bring up my cousin almost every episode, but she's my bestie and basically a sister to me, so
We're gonna have to get her on the show. That we purposefully have not had guests on the show
yeah.
as of late because we're kind of in this new era. We wanted the two of us to have some time to get in our groove. But when we're ready to have guests join us again, we should bring her on because I feel like she is just like a recurring character at this point that we need to
She
introduce.
is.
I need to meet her. Not even just the people. I need to meet her.
Yeah, no, you definitely do. She's, like, similar to me,
Okay.
but she's honestly maybe even a little bit more chill than me.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know, we need, like, her on it, we need Barbie Jean on it. Oh gosh.
Yes. We need to book Mother's Day. We're gonna book it now, the two of you. I won't even be on that episode. It'll just be the two of you just doing the thing. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I feel really good about that. I'll hopefully Barbie Jean will be down for it. We'll see.
Okay. She has like what, 6 months to prep? When is Mother's Day? May?
Yeah, she's got plenty of time.
Yeah, 7 months. She got this. You
Yeah.
can almost you can almost have a full baby by time it's Mother's Day again. Almost.
No, no babies in the future.
No babies
In
for
the
you.
in the
Oh.
near future for
Okay.
her or me.
Sure. Okay. Well, you never know. Saturday stuff could go down for your birthday, and then
God, no.
9 months from now, we could be meeting little Jessica Jr.
Um, Lord knows I'm not ready yet, so
Wait, November, December, January, February, July. So 4th of July. So you'd have a summer baby.
ooh. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah. I feel like Grayson's birthday, his is in April, and it's, like, the kickoff of summer,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's honestly the most perfect time because it's just starting to get warm and it's not too hot, like, you can have the party be indoors and outdoors, so I feel like it's just the perfect birthday, plus, when he's in school, they can still celebrate his birthday because it won't be in the summer.
Right. Yeah, that was a big thing for one of my daughters. My oldest daughter, hers is August 19th. So when the school year wouldn't start to like the week after that, or maybe early September, she was bummed because she couldn't do the whole like bring cupcakes into her class and have the
Yeah.
class. But this year we started early for some reason. Like the first week of school was like her birthday. So she's
Oh.
finally, that's her first time ever getting to celebrate her birthday at school. But her sister is her birthday is in November next month, and I just remember her mom being upset that she had to be pregnant throughout the summer
Oh,
because of the heat and because
yes.
obviously it's summer, we're going to barbecues and parties and 4th of July and floating on the river and stuff like that, and everybody's drinking, and she just had to, sit and watch. And so I heard that it's not that much fun getting pregnant or being pregnant rather throughout the summer. I'll never know. I'll just have to take the experts' advice on that
Yeah.
one. But anyways,
Actually, I was never pregnant during summer either.
yeah, there you go.
So, so I actually have no comment. I have no insight to that either.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't
I don't
know.
know. Anyway, I have something prepared for us,
Let's go.
and Anthony has no idea what it is,
0. No
but
idea.
um last time I feel like it was like a good mix between like fun and serious and having real chats. And so I feel like it could still probably turn into something like that, but this is going to be true and real shit, honestly. So what's going to happen is I am basically going to give you like a pop quiz, if you will. But these questions, I want you to give your best answer for what you think it would be. And then I'll tell you what the actual answer is, and then we could kind of discuss it a little bit
Okay.
more.
Interesting. Interesting. I'm
Um,
intrigued.
yes, all of these questions. See, when I first thought of this, I was like, wow, how fun would it be? Which we could do this in a different episode.
Yeah.
Um, and it wouldn't be single parents related. I was like, it'd be so funny because you're a girl dad.
Yeah.
What if I quizzed you on girl things to see if you like knew what things were,
Oh,
what they meant, and things like that?
interesting.
And then I was like, oh,
Interesting.
but I don't know if that'll be really fun for like boys listening if they're single dads and stuff. We could definitely do it in the future, but this one is all related to single parents, single moms, single dads.
Okay. Okay. I'm down for this. I'm down for
All
this.
right,
Okay.
so pop quiz question number one.
Here we go.
And I printed them out on a piece of paper for anybody asking. This is how prepared I am.
Oh dear.
Among all families with children, what share a single parent? So they don't have two parents. What percentage do you think would be in a single
Hmm.
parent household?
Interesting. I feel like it has to be. Well, are you
Looking
able
for
to?
a percentage.
Are you able to say what year this was generated? Like what year they got this data from?
I do have the year.
Okay, what's
Do
the
you
year?
do you want it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I need to
Okay.
know how recent this is.
This is in 2022.
Okay. So I gotta say, it's gotta be up there, man. Because I remember looking into these stats a while ago, and
Mhm.
it was pretty high. I think I actually did a early episode when I went over these stats, but I don't remember them. So I'm just gonna
Ooh.
say, for the sake of moving the conversation forward, I'm gonna say 45%.
It's actually 31%. It
Okay,
says
okay.
in 2022, about 31% of families with children were single parent families.
Wow, nice. Okay, 30% was like my second guess. I knew it wasn't 50 because that would be way too high.
Yeah.
But 30% interesting. That
That's in
uh
2022. I think
wow.
about what is the percentage for like divorce? Isn't that almost
Ooh, it's
50% or
like
something
yeah,
wild like that?
that is pretty high. That's like last I looked was like 50, might even be higher now, but I think the average last time I looked was about 50%.
Yeah, so I think if it's about 50%, over half of the amount of people that get divorced, I feel like that makes sense. Am I doing my math right? About over half the amount of people that are divorced have children when they separate. Is
Oh,
that what that
right.
means?
Yeah. Yeah, that would
But
make
also,
sense.
like, it could be stuff that's not divorce, because
True.
I was never married and I
Yeah.
still have a kid and I'm still in a single parent home. But that's just wild to me. 31%.
Yeah, that's interesting, and like it's humbling hearing that statistic
Yeah.
because obviously that's just a number, but that number like represents like real people. So just
Right.
think about the fact that about, what is that? It's almost like a third of the people out there are in that position. And yet
Right.
this is why I was such a big advocate about starting this show and us continuing to put stuff out there, because that is a big chunk of people, but that
Yes.
demographic of people super underrepresented. So there's not a whole lot out there for a big chunk of people, especially stuff that's going to like encourage them and support them and make them feel like, they're not alone and stuff like that. And so like, that's just, honestly, that pumps me up, the fact that we have something here, like even though we're early days, we're small, like we have the ability to go out and hopefully encourage a third of the parents out there who might desperately need it.
Yeah. I think about that. It's like a third of the population. I believe this is all just from the US. Almost a third of the population in the US falls under the category of being a single parent.
Yeah.
And I also think about how that's so many people that are still not subscribed to
Yep.
our podcast.
Yep. Exactly.
There's so many people. They should be listening to the
Yeah.
podcast to help them through whatever challenges they
Mhm.
have, but not even just for the challenges, just to like be a part of a single parent community. So, I don't know. It's just wild to me. Ready for the next one?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. What portion of single mothers in 2023 were never married?
What portion of single mothers in 2023 were never married?
Yeah.
I would
If you
have to
think
say,
about all the single moms
yeah,
that there are in the US, what percentage were never actually married?
I'm gonna say it has to, my guess is gonna be about half. So I'm gonna say, what do I say? Yeah, I'll say half. It might be more, but I'll say 48%.
You are so close.
Ah,
It
yes,
says in 2023,
yeah.
about 51% of single mothers had never
Whoa.
married.
So that's the majority. Like
Yeah, it's over half.
if you had a vote, the single mothers would win that vote out of all that. Wow, that's crazy.
Isn't that like,
Dang.
that's a huge
Wow.
statistic because when I think about divorce and everything, there are 51% of women that ended up single moms from a boyfriend or from somebody that they were just seeing. Like these are people that were never actually married. Now, obviously, there are lots of people that have children with boyfriends and things like that,
Yeah,
and then they wait to get married.
sure.
But that's that is huge to think about all of the single moms out there
Mhm.
that were never married.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that there's
Yeah.
like a decent portion that are just abandoned, like how I was. Like there are just so many.
I was literally just talking to one, was it yesterday or the day before? It might have been the day before. New single mom, like
Yeah.
her child was born like last month.
Wow,
So I
fresh.
was just checking and like, hey, like how's it going? Like I, know you had your son, like what's going on?
Yeah.
And then she was just talking about the fact that like it's been rough because she and the guy who got her pregnant, they had planned for this pregnancy. So they weren't married,
Wow.
but they got together and, maybe they were, looking to have a life together. So they
Right.
planned on having this kid. Soon as she found out she was pregnant, the guy was gone, nowhere to be seen, didn't want anything to do, didn't even check in on her health throughout the pregnancy. And then I guess now that the baby's born, he's trying to like slide in and be involved and stuff like that. But that
That
was a
doesn't make sense.
whole other conversation. But like, yeah, it happens all the time. Like you may, even with the best intentions. That's why, to go on a little rant for a second, like people will try to shame single moms or single dads, single parents. Whenever we try to talk about the realities of our situation, they'll
Right.
say stuff like, well, you chose that, you should have made better decisions, and blah 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 blah
Yes.
blah.
I hear
Well,
it nonstop.
to this, my friend's life, she did everything the right way. She found somebody who she believed was, a good person and she really cared about, and they planned on getting, it wasn't just like a random hookup one night and like, oopsies, surprise. Like they planned
Yeah.
on it, and he just turned out to be a scumbag. So like you can't nobody's psychic, this isn't That So Raven. Like you can't look in the future and see what's for sure going to happen. Sometimes stuff just happen, or sometimes people change, or sometimes people just maybe start out with the best intentions and then they
Right.
just get scared, or they're just not mature, or whatever the thing's saying. So you can't just say, oh well, you made bad decisions and now you're in this spot, because that's not how it always is. So sometimes it's good to, not sometimes, it's all the time good to like understand people where they're at, give them grace, especially if 51%, a majority of them are in
Mm-hmm.
that situation. Then you just gotta realize that people are just kind of where they're at, and it's not going to be cookie cutter for everybody, and that's okay, because they still need that love and that encouragement.
Yeah. I mean, all I can really think about from that is how they planned it together. She got pregnant and he wanted nothing to do with her. And then all of a sudden the baby's born and he wants to be involved.
Yeah, yeah.
What? Genuinely,
Yep.
what is going through his mind? Like, he doesn't want to go to the appointments. Was he cheating on her? Like, that just, it makes no sense. Does he not want to announce that he has a child, or like, uh,
I don't know. I think some guys, and well, in this context, like men, a lot of men are just like insecure, not insecure, immature, maybe insecure, but for sure immature, because one thing we were talking about was the fact that she tried to reach out to him and
mhm,
was like, hey, so our son's born, maybe you don't want to be super involved, but like it's the first month and I can't work right now because I'm on leave. Would you be able to like maybe start contributing financially to like help us out a little bit? And I
right,
guess his response was like, well, I got my bills to pay, and then we'll see how much I have left over after my bills. And so we were just like, oh, so must be nice to just have the ability to treat your kid like a convenience. Like,
right,
well, maybe I'll see, like, talk about going on like on a guy's trip. Well, let me pay my bills and we'll see how much I have left over, see if I can afford this trip. Let me pay my bills, see if I have money left over to help my son grow and thrive. Like, okay, like some of us show up and do what they need to do to not only pay their bills, but to also make sure that their kids have everything they need to grow and thrive, because it's not a choice. It's not a matter of convenience. It's a
right,
matter of like, this is what I just have to do. Like I shared my story before, but early on when my girls were super little, fresh divorce, out of my career, had health issues, I had like nothing. Like I remember digging through my couch for like loose change and dimes so I could like walk to the store and at least get them like some milk to drink for the night. Like I was like low, but never in my head did I think like it was an option, or like it was just something that I could come back to when it was convenient for me. No, like I'm a dad. I just gotta
right.
pull up my big boy pants and figure it out. And sometimes men, I'll just talk to the men out there listening, like we just need to figure it out. Like your kid is
Yeah.
not, it's not a convenient thing for you just to decide to come in and out whenever it works best for you. Anyways, we could do a whole episode about that, but that
Yeah.
conversation always gets me going because I'm just like, mm-mm, no,
No, I
that's
I
not how we
feel
do it.
really triggered by it too, because just I don't understand what goes on in their head, one, but I
Hmm.
also think about just well, one, you're a full-time parent. Like, you don't get to come and go as you please. If someone is your kid, they are your kid. You have to be a full-time parent. You're always going to be involved. You don't It's not a convenience thing, like you said. It's not like, let me
Hmm.
just see how much I have left over. Like, no,
Yep.
this is now your priority. It's not an option, whatever. You have to be here all the time, full-time parent. I also think about those guys that decide to abandon, or they're not going to be involved. some guys are always just shitty,
Mm-hmm.
but I do think about maybe for the ones who abandoned the girl that they got pregnant because maybe they
Mm-hmm.
weren't ready or scared or immature, kind of like how you were saying. When they do, if they ever do, decide to settle down with somebody that they truly love and want a future with, when they have kids with that person and they see how special it is to have a child and hold it in your hand, they are going to think back to their other child that they have absolutely nothing to do with. I
Mm-hmm.
think about that in my situation when Grayson gets older. Well, not really Grayson getting older. I mean, he will be older, but his father, his birth father, when he decides to settle down with someone and get them pregnant and he has a child, he's going to remember getting me pregnant and leaving me high and dry. Are you ready for the next question?
Yeah, the numbers don't lie. These are very, very interesting and eye-opening. So
They
I'm
really are.
curious to see what the next one is.
Question number 3, pop quiz. What percent of one parent family groups are maintained by mothers versus fathers?
Oh, I bet this is
So,
high.
yeah, so I want to tell you to tell me like when it's a one person like single parent who, maybe I guess they would say like has most of the custody or
Yeah.
it's just solely them. Like I don't know if it's a divorce situation or if it's like my situation. Like it's solely just me, I'm a solo parent versus a father being a fully solo parent, mom's not involved at all. Tell me the percentage for what you would think it would be. Mothers versus fathers.
I think it's definitely going to be high for the mothers. So I'm going to
Mhm.
say I got to do the math. I guess, yeah. I was just doing the math in my head. So my answer would be 74% moms. So I guess that would be 26% dads.
Really impressed with your guesses because you're always so close. But
Oh, wow.
I think it's also like once you're a part of the community and you're a single
Yeah.
parent, you're like,
Yep.
I know how many and whatever. So it says in 2022, about 80% of one parent family groups were maintained by mothers, thus 20% by fathers.
Dang, I tried to give the guys the benefit of the doubt and give them a
Yeah.
little more, but that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Oof. Come
What
on,
a big
bro,
number.
dudes. Come on, dudes. Come on, guys. We gotta step it up. What are we doing?
Because I also, when I was doing some research, I got some things where it was like, what was it in like 1970 versus like 2020? And it would tell how it changed over time. And each time it became more,
Yeah.
like the percentage was higher or the amount was higher over time. And I'm like, what is changing that is making the numbers rise? Is it like social media affects guys' decisions and what they do? Or is it money? Is it work? I mean, it's probably everything, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, before there was like a baby boom, and now not nobody, people still have kids, but it's significantly decreased because it's
Yeah.
just too hard to maintain financially having a home, and supporting children, wife, whatever, husband, or, uh, what was I going to say? When it comes to like social media, things have changed. Like there's no like I mean, there is, but you know, back when my parents were younger, it was like you see a girl in class and you ask her to go get ice cream after
Hmm.
school. It's not like you're swiping on Tinder and meeting somebody and then they have all these options.
Yeah.
So it's like they're always looking for something better, and I don't know, when they see supermodels and stuff, like, I don't know. I just don't even know what affects it. Like, when I truly try and put myself into the mindset of a guy, especially the ones that don't step up and do what they need to do as a parent,
Yeah.
I just don't understand because I genuinely just can't think that way. And maybe you, as a guy, could give a better insight to why these numbers have changed and whatever. Like, I don't know what goes through a guy's mind. What do you think contributes to like these numbers rising?
Well, I think it's a lot of the factors that you said. Social media, obviously, it's just so easy to swipe and see that, oh, there's somebody else, so I can't be ever, you just can't ever feel content, because every swipe that you do, there's another beautiful woman. Once you think you've seen the most beautiful woman you ever seen, all right, that's it. You swipe one more time and then there's another one. So there's this feeling of like always longing, always chasing, never content is always there. But I think a big part of it is social norms and social
Mhm.
acceptance.
Yeah.
Because if I just present a scenario where it's a man who hasn't seen his kid or his kids for, let's just say, a month, and I present you a woman who tells you she hasn't seen her kid or kids for a month, which one of those individuals is going to be more socially acceptable
Right.
taking in that information? It's obviously the guy. The guy, you're gonna be like, oh well, he's just a dude, and or it's just that's kind of expected. If you hear a guy say, oh, I have kids, I see them like every other weekend, like you don't bat an eye. But if a woman says that,
Yeah.
then she's shamed, she's a horrible mom, like what are you doing? That's not right, blah 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 blah. Or, and especially, I just saw a TikTok about this, like a man could have babies with like three different girls, and then somehow girls are still wanting to get with him. He's still
Yeah.
knocking up mom number four, so now he has four, and that's just kind of how it is. There's Tony over there. He has four baby mamas. Just aha, that's just how he is. He's like another Nick Cannon. But if a woman does that, she's a whore.
Yeah.
She's trash. She's used good. She's a slut. She's all these different things. And so I think socially we've gotten too comfortable just allowing the men just to skate by with the bare minimum and not holding
Right.
them to the same standards that we hold women. So I think that's a big part of it. And to that, though, I do want to say, because I don't think, to be honest, we don't say this enough on the show, because it's really easy just to focus on like what's not being done. But I just want to like give some flowers to the 20% of those men who are
Yeah.
sticking around and showing up, because you are obviously the very, very, very small minority of men who are doing that. But you're doing it. I know it's probably not easy. It's probably even in a way kind of still tough, because socially you probably have people around you even who don't understand why you're so involved, or it's a little bit different, that you might have full custody of the kids, and you might have your own weird social judgment from the fact that you're the man who has his kids all the time. So there's aspects there, but I just want to say, like, you sticking around for your kids, that's awesome. You're doing great. Love to see it. Keep it up, dudes. Like, I know we sometimes don't recognize you enough. I don't
Yeah.
recognize you enough. So good job. But I think ultimately that's what it is. It's just social standards. Like, it's just really easy to let the men get away with not being involved, and that's not
Yeah.
fair.
I feel like I do see like TikToks about it or maybe like memes and pictures and stuff like that. It's usually maybe a mom that hasn't done her hair or her makeup or her clothes are dirty and the house is still kind of a mess and she's with her kids. Um, and then right next to it would be a guy doing the same thing. Like he probably looks a mess, whatever, but he's with his kids. And under the women's side, for the mom, it's like she doesn't have herself put together. She should be doing better, like dinner should be made or something like that. And on the men's side, it says, "Wow, what an involved uh
Hmm.
dad." And
It,
so it is crazy. It's so true that the social norm is so different because I do I mean, like, the what is it? So the 80% that are the full-time parents that are moms, they get hate like, "You decided this is something that you chose, and you can't be complaining and whatever." I
hmm
mean, we still get compliments, but it's, um, we still receive a whole lot more hate with the 20% that are guys that are solo parents, they have full custody, whatever, they probably get nothing but compliments
hmm
and they get zero backlash because they're like, "Wow, you're really an involved father," because it's it's not as you don't come across it as much, you
Yeah.
know? Very rarely are you gonna see a guy being a full-time solo single parent than a mom, and it's also, you know, there's such a large amount that abandon or are not involved at all, and it's just normal. And I don't know, I don't remember what you said, but it made me think of how even in dating,
hmm
if a guy is not truly ready for it, then don't waste my time. If you're not ready to be a parent and be involved and you're not ready for the social norms that come with being a parent or whatever,
Right.
um, you're just not worth my time, you know? Because I think it had something to do with the women, if she's with a bunch of guys, she's a whore at work a couple years ago when I wasn't involved with the company too much.
hmm
Um, the business was kind of like starting to take off because of COVID and stuff.
Oh, right, right.
And so I was like, okay, I'm not at school teaching, so I have extra time. I decided to help out. I was in the warehouse helping out. I was with this guy that was hired, and I know exactly his name. And I don't
Okay.
know if I expose him or not. It's only his first name, but it's pretty unique. He's never gonna listen to
Oh,
this. His
okay. All
name
right, then what
you
is
wanna
it?
get okay, it was a really unique name. Do you feel like you wanna try and guess it? It was really unique. Yeah.
Dimitri.
His name was or I don't know if it's actually his legal name. He introduced himself as Severe.
Severe. Okay. Interesting. I never heard that name before. That is
Yeah.
different.
And he told me that he had just gotten out of, like, jail.
Yeah, that sounds like the name of somebody who just got out of jail.
Okay. So, we're, like, packing wines, we're organizing, doing whatever.
Yeah.
Tells me he's out of jail, asks me about me being in jail, and I'm like, no, buddy, I can't relate to you." He said, "You got any kids?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, I'm really trying to have a child of every race. So, do you want kids?" I literally went into my brother's office, had a mental breakdown, and Severe got fired.
Good. What the hell? What the that is guys trying to
Yeah.
make a rainbow?
Yeah, but also, like, it's so
That's weird. That's like a what do they call that? That's like a fetish. That's like a little weird kink that he obviously has. Like that is strange.
yeah, isn't that so weird? But
That
also,
is
like,
weird.
he probably is like a rock star, you know? He's got all these
Yeah,
baby mamas, whatever.
exactly.
and I was
Yeah.
just going to be like another girl on his list.
Just the Italian notch on his quest.
Yeah. So weird. So gross. So gross.
Weird,
But yeah,
weird.
I had to like throw that in there.
But to your point, so you, as weird as that story is,
Yeah.
how much weirder would it sound culturally, socially, if the opposite, and it wasn't severe, is like serenity or something. It was a woman
Mhm.
who said that. We can laugh about Severe saying that, like, oh, he's such a dog. But if a woman said that, then it would be way worse
Yeah.
for some reason, even though it's the exact same scenario. But I don't know. It's just to our point. It's just, it needs to be the same. We need to shame all the weirdos, whether they're guys or girls, and we need to hype up all the MVPs, whether they're the guys or girls, and not stereotype one or the other based on male or female. All right. This is good.
My
This is
next
good. What you got
question.
next? Let's go.
This is like a question about poverty. And when I was doing the research, obviously we know that 80% of single parents are mothers. So I feel like I was trying to find stuff about fathers and stuff, but a lot of it is single moms. So I apologize for that. Anyway, this is about poverty. It says, what is the rate of poverty among families led by single mothers compared to a married couple family? So, like,
Sure.
think about poverty for just like a married couple with kids versus poverty for a single mom with kids or a child. This is
Yeah.
another percentage.
I feel like sadly this is probably also going to be kind of high. So I'm going to go. How high do I want to go though? I'm going to say 62. No, 63%.
How much do you think there would be for poverty of married couple families?
Married couples probably lower. So I'd say 41%.
So this says historically, as of older data,
Mm-hmm.
I wish I would have gotten a date for this. It's got to be like, because I feel like what you said is probably a little bit more accurate. So maybe this is, I don't know, 1990 or something like that. I'm not really sure.
Oh, okay.
I wish I would have like written it down, but I didn't. Historically, as of older data, about 37% of single mother families lived in poverty,
Okay.
compared to about 6.8% for married coupled families.
Oh, sheesh. Yeah, I feel like that's
That has to be
definitely
old.
higher now. That has to be
Yeah.
old. Yeah, that's definitely higher now, especially these days. Like,
Yeah. The amount of
yeah,
poverty, but I think about like 37% versus 6.8. That's like, I don't know, 6 times,
yeah,
about 6 times the amount for single mothers versus like a married couple. 6 times higher.
yeah.
So,
Jeez.
yeah. So if you think about what it would be now, yeah.
Definitely has to be way higher now because obviously everything's already more expensive and cost of living is crazy, and a
Yeah.
lot of people, married or not, are struggling right now. But for women, like historically, obviously, as messed up as it is, like they earn less than men in general, so they're already going to have a handicap. So you take that handicap with the glass ceiling, and then you also compare that with the price of living going up. Like it's just, I know for a fact, getting harder and harder and harder for everybody, but like especially single moms, just to survive. And so I don't think I've ever shared this with you as part of like my dream, but one thing I would just love to do in the future as we look to like grow like this whole thing that we have going on and just try to expand into the future. I would love to start some sort of like, I know the practical aspect of how this would even work, but I'm just kind of dreaming right now. Like I would love to start something like a nonprofit or something, or charity or something
Oh
that
my God, I knew you
specifically
were going to say that.
looks. Oh, really? Oh, you know my
I knew
heart.
you
You
were
know
going
how
to
I
say
think.
that.
like specifically though, looks to like help single parents in dire times of need. Like I'm talking to you're a single mom, you're working, you're doing maybe working 2 jobs and you're doing the best you can, but you just can't make rent this month no matter what you've been trying to do. Like I want to be there to be like, okay, like our foundation or our nonprofit or whatever will step in and will help because we know how hard it is and we know it's a lot and you shouldn't have to work 4 jobs just to
Yeah.
survive. Like go spend a night with your kids. Just know we'll take care of whatever it is you're stressing about. Like that's just always been my dream and part of why I want to work so hard at this because I know that again the whole excuse thing people want to say like well that's just what you get like just work harder you should have stayed in school and blah 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 but stuff just happens and people need help and they're trying to do the best they can but the whole image of just trying to tread water like you're just treading water but sometimes you just sink a little bit and you just need some help so that's just a little piece of vision that I have because I don't think I ever told you that before but I
No.
would love one day to do something or have something in place like that.
Yeah, I feel like it would be really cool to I don't know, because we already have such a great sense of community with the single parents
Mm-hmm.
to make it even something bigger. It's just, we have big dreams and big plans for the single parent community, and
We
we're just
do.
gonna keep working for it because honestly, we deserve it. So,
We do deserve, and it's there. We just talked about how a third of the parenting population falls into our demographic. So
yeah,
we got a lot of work to do, but I'm excited for it because I just, man, just the fact that there's just so many people out there who, like I said, can't not forget taking your kids to Disneyland, forget,
yeah,
you know, buying a fancy car, forget, just not even just that, but there's so many single parents out there who probably just wish they could just take a night off from working multiple jobs to sit on the floor and play Monopoly with their kids
yeah,
without thinking about the fact like if I take this night off to hang out with my kids, I'm going to be short on this bill because I'm not working tonight. And like just you shouldn't even be stressing about that. Like you
yeah,
should be okay to relax and take a night off with your kids, but so many people don't have the ability to do that. Otherwise,
yeah,
like I said, they're just treading water and if they let themselves get relaxed or just take a breath for too long, then they sink. And that's really sad.
yeah. No, it's definitely tough. I mean, even for myself, I wish I was working less so that I could be with Grayson more and he was in daycare less. But that could definitely be something in the future. Who knows? But I definitely even think about it for myself. Okay, I've got one more question for you.
All right, let's do it.
And I feel like we did talk about this a little bit already,
Okay.
but I have good statistics here. You can give me like a percentage or you can give me an amount of people. How many people are in the world? Or no, in the US? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I have my phone on airplane mode. Otherwise, I could. I mean, I guess I could turn it off and look it up. Should we see?
Yeah, I want to know how many people are just in the US. Or no, how many children are in the US?
All right, let's see.
That's what I want to know. How many children are in the US? I need to write this down.
All right. According to the first thing that popped up on Google AI overview, there are 73 million children under the age of 18 in the United States, according to 2023 data.
Hmm. Okay, this makes sense then. This doesn't have a date with it, but it definitely
Hmm.
matches. So if there are 73 million children in the US, I want you to tell me you could do a percentage, but you could also be fun and do the number. Um, how many children had a father absent in the home? And this is without a biological father, no stepfather, and no adoptive father in the home. It's just mom and kid or kids.
All right, I'll be fun. I always want to be fun, so I'll throw out a numbers.
Okay.
73 is the total number. I'll just go off of 73 to help me figure this out. So I'm how high, how high? I'll say 19 million.
Still close. It's
Okay.
17.6 million, which is also
Yeah.
just about 25%, which means 1 in 4 children have an absent father. So that means they don't have an adoptive father, they don't have a stepfather, and their biological father is not involved. And
Yep.
my son falls into this category right now.
And this is why, to go on like another yap session,
Do it.
I so there'll be times, not recently, but there has been times in the past when I maybe first started the show. I would have people who are just very, very, hardcore on like very traditional family values, nuclear family type stuff,
Yeah.
maybe a little over religious, who didn't like the fact that like I started something to talk about the realities of the single parent household, because they didn't like the fact that it almost seemed like I was glamorizing this lifestyle,
Yeah.
which is a challenge against traditional family values, and we shouldn't be lifting that type of lifestyle up. We should be getting people back into the blah 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 blah. And I would always just say, like, I'm not glamorizing it. Like, if you actually listen to the show, we talk about how tough it can be, and we literally just went through what 45 minutes of statistics that
Yeah.
show that it's not always the easiest out there for everybody. But what I am going to do is not ignore the fact that this is the reality and these numbers are high, and that there's 1 in 4 kids out there who fit into this demographic, just because you want to pretend like these people don't exist, or this life doesn't exist, or this reality doesn't exist, because the people who do live in this reality need to know that they're not less than, that they're not aliens, they're not weirdos, they're not, something's wrong with them because you're trying to say like, well, this is what it should look like, and if it doesn't look like this, then you failed, or you're not good enough, or you just need to get out of your situation and look like what I think life should look like. I think that's horrible. So yeah, I think about the 1 in 4 kids who show up to a school or to the playground or to after school activities, and they're the 1 in 4 who are being raised by a single mom. Like, they shouldn't walk into that classroom and be felt and be made to be feel shame about their circumstance with their mom. They shouldn't walk into that classroom feeling like they're not good enough compared to the other kids. They should just walk in and be like, hey, this is my life. I live with just my mom, and maybe you live with your mom and your dad, and that's cool. That's awesome. We're not going to put that down, but that's your reality. That's my reality. And it's okay to have different realities, and it's okay that things are just a little bit different. And maybe my reality will change one day, maybe it
Right.
won't, but that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with me, and there's something wrong with my life, and something wrong with my house. Like, it's still a house where I can go to feel loved and secure and cared for and all these things. And that's okay. So I just, part of why I know we're kind of like hyping up our own show. We're doing you see, like, you know, the Obama meme when it's Obama putting a medal on Obama himself, like it's just like a joke. Like, we're like doing a lot of
Yeah.
like self hype, but I
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
hype up our show, because like this part of also what we're doing is like helping the norm be like, hey, if this is your reality, you're not alone. You're not a freak. You're not a weirdo. I know maybe compared to some of the 3/4 people around you, your situation might be different compared to those 3/4, but in the bigger picture of things, there's other people who can relate to you, and you're all right. So that's my little yap session on that.
Yeah. No, I support it 100%. I think about the children and how they don't have to feel like they're lesser. When Grayson is older, who knows if somebody's going to step into our lives and,
Yeah.
be a stepfather to Grayson, or adopt him one day. We don't really know what the future holds as of right now, but I will say that I I don't give myself enough credit, but here I am about to hype myself up. I do such a damn good job as being a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
I work my ass off to provide for Grayson and not get child support. I have a home and 2 dogs. I take Grayson on fucking vacations. He's so smart and handsome. I brought him to the fucking barber yesterday, and, like,
Mm-hmm.
he really is just such a cute, kind kid, and I get to take all of the credit for that. Even though it's hard. It is hard. Like, me figuring out, like, putting money away for vacations, how am I gonna
Mm-hmm.
travel with just myself, um, the plane rides with him, oh, fuck, those suck. But I know when Grayson is older and I'm going to be able to explain his childhood and his life and his coming to be, he is going to be so freaking appreciative for
Mm-hmm.
everything that I have done for him. He doesn't realize it now. He's only 2.5, but when he makes it to 15, 16, 17, 18, 25, 30, he is going to be so fucking happy and proud of me. I just know it because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just busting my ass for myself, I'm busting my ass for him.
That's right. Yeah.
And I'm proud of myself, and I know he's going to feel the same way one day. And so, anybody listening who might feel like it might not be your reality in the future, I'm telling you, your kid is going to be so flim flam and proud of you one day. And that's it. That's all I have to say. Is they're going to be really
No.
proud of you
Boom.
one day, and you're really doing the most, and you're fucking awesome. Okay, you're crushing it. That's it.
Boom. I love that. Yes, yes. Amen to all that. That was really good. I'm glad we went through all those stats. Um, because it is a good reminder of the fact that there's a lot of people out there who are in this situation and they're not alone, but it's really easy to feel alone in this reality because maybe we are comparing ourselves to people who aren't in this reality, or maybe we're feeling that social pressure to not be in this reality, or we're feeling shamed for being in this reality. But when you look at the numbers and you realize that, oh, there's a lot of people
Yeah.
out there who can relate to me, you realize that you're not alone, and then maybe that hopefully gives you some encouragement to press forward, knowing that there's people out there who understand what you're going through. So if that was accomplished today, I'll consider that a W.
Yay! I'm so happy. I feel like that honestly calmed me down. I was all over the place in the beginning, and now
Yeah,
I
I could tell.
feel more zen. I feel good now.
Yeah, I was gonna
Wow.
ask, like, going full circle, because like you said, you started the episode in a one state of mind rather, but now it seems like you transition. You've experienced this enlightenment now. You
Yes, I
transcended.
do.
That's the word I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yes, I'm, like, in a euphoric feeling, and always
Ooh.
feel like that after every time we film. Like, I feel like I'm in this euphoric state because I always feel so good about what we talk about and what we do.
Mhm. Same.
So me being all over the place before and hyper and anxious and whatever and just a hot mess express, I feel so just chill right now. I feel so good. I put my mind back to where it was supposed to be, instead of thinking about all these other things. So I
Beautiful.
feel fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for that.
No, thank you. Thank you for bringing all that gold that you brought. And thank you, audience, for joining us, listening to us. I truly do hope you all out there feel just as pumped as we do after walking away from this. So, seriously, you guys are
Yeah.
killing it. We love you guys. We love you. The 20% of those dads out there who are killing it. We love you. The
Slay,
80% of
slay.
you moms out there doing it. We love you guys. Keep being stars.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you want to add?
No, I'm just I feel good. Now I'm gonna go eat because my mind feels good, but my stomach is empty. So my stomach's like,
Yeah.
all right, bro, we get it. Wrap it up. So I'm gonna go eat
Yeah.
dinner.
No, actually same. I need to also do that. But I'm gonna do my usual thing and go grocery shopping. Grocery shopping, and then I will eat.
Yes.
And that's it. So
Boom. That's
anyway,
it.
I
Okay.
hope everybody had the most blessed time listening to us. We do love you, honestly, so, so much. And we can't wait to chat and hang out with you next time. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Bye.
Bye.